Hello, my name's Austin. I work for Chick-fil-A. I have two store locations, and I wanted to hop onto my Upkeep account that I have talked about before and just kind of show you guys kind of what I do and how I use it every single day, both in the stores, but even maybe when I'm sitting at home and just trying to figure out what my day might look like when I do come in the store the following day, or even the following week. So kind of when you get up into the account, this is the obviously or the desktop version. They do have a app version or on the phone as well. Looks a little differently, but they're going to get all the same kind of stuff on both applications. So when I first get in my account, really kind of when I first wake up, I'm going to go over here to my requests, and I'm going to see what requests I have for the day. So right now you can see I don't have any because it's a little past noonday, so I've already gone through my requests. But I have mine logged in my phone, so I'm going to pretend like I'm a store, and I'm going to submit a request to send it right over here. I'm going to switch back to kind of let the account update here. So right away, I mean, in less than a minute, I have my request here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and see what it is. So from here, I can see what it might be, and then any description that the store puts and priority. And in all of this, when you're doing it, you can sit here and change. So if you think it's a higher priority or lower priority, you can make changes. Then from here, you can also click on, this is my screen now, so you can just kind of see the difference here. And, trying to exit out of it. So then you can click on a picture here and then location. So if you have multiple locations, then you can put them in there. This is nice for the assets. So from here, you can actually put in all your assets in. And what's nice when you're tying your assets into your work orders is then Chick-fil-A corporate, if they ever need to know like what was done on the machine, what was the cost associated with the machine, and if you're tying them into your work orders like this, then it automatically, then you can kind of search it from the asset list over here. And then from category, I have mine broken down in multiple different categories. You can add different categories if you want. So you, obviously like Henny Penny, I've added in. So let's just say this might be an IT issue. So then that way I can go back at the end of the year, end of the month, and kind of see where my time was most spent, even costs, kind of where the money was spent. If you have multiple different workers, so I have a technician underneath me, and then I have myself. So I'm going to select myself. And then from there, that's kind of where I kind of stop. I mean, you can add in a lot of different stuff, maybe even parts. If you already know, say it's a Henny not pumping up, you know you're going to need new motor or something like that. Then from here, then I can even go in and I can search in, well, I mean, let's go pumps. So then I'm going to come down here. Or here, I even have a pump and motor assembly. So I can even add it right into my work order, and it's already there. It's already going to go in there, and that takes it out of the inventory as well. So that's nice. So then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to approve it. So once it's approved, then it's going to come up here in my work orders, and then I can even start working on it. If I'm already at the store, I can start working on that kind of work order. So I'm going to come over here. It's updated. So then I can come over here and I'm just going to click on it. So then from there, then you can go ahead and open it and you can put in progress. And this lets anyone know. So an email at the store. So if the store has their account linked up to their email, or even a view only or someone like that, then they can go ahead and see that they get the notification that it's in progress, when it's finished, that kind of stuff. And then you can also start your timer. The timer is nice. That way you can kind of track where your time is being spent. So like I said, in the categories, if I click Henny Penny and you can see, hey, I've spent 100 hours this month so far on Henny Penny repair, then, you know, it's just, do we need to look at hiring someone else to do that? Or like for us, it was power washing for a while. We were spending a lot of time in power washing, and I was able to show that. So then we ended up getting a power washing company who's since now gone back to ourselves. So from there, you can include tasks in the work orders. So it might be even inspections. So I can show you here a little bit on what that looks like. But for me, I want to make sure I'm putting a cost in. So, hey, make sure you put in a cost, and then you can hit, yeah, I put in a cost or I didn't. So for yes, so for costs, you can just add an additional cost. So if you went out and bought a part or bought some screws or whatever it might be, that way you're keeping track of your R&M line as well. And then once you're done, then you can just hit complete, or even you can put it on hold. So if I'm waiting on a parts on back order, I'm going to put it on hold. But also, let's move this out of the way. The other thing nice too is you can send updates. So this is a nice, so instead of using something like Slack where you're just communicating to your stores, then you can actually put updates in here, and it sends that message over to whoever who submitted that work order. That way they know what's going on. It's not, hey, where are we at with this? It's, they can just look up in their email or just even look up in their view only and see that, hey, this is what's going on. So that's a nice thing there. Let's go back. I'm gonna try and complete it. Oops, I gotta stop my timer. So there's different notifications. So I'm gonna stop my timer. And it's gonna show the time that I did. Exit out. And then it'll take it out of your work orders. You can see like right now, I have my other tech, I can see what he's doing, even sitting here doing this. I can see he's cleaning the mop sink over at one of our store locations. I can see this is a order. Every year we go ahead and restart our timers. So that we've done 105 work orders, or 106 work orders this year. And that's us putting in the system. So like the other day I had a leaky toilet. Well, it was an emergency. I didn't put it in. So you kind of get whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. So the big thing is putting in all that stuff. So now I can see my locations, kind of what's going on, where I'm at with different stuff, and then who's working on it. So here's my technician, and here's me, and then priorities. So in my day, so I might be, okay, this is a high priority. I need to work on that first before some of my lower priorities. And so that's kind of how I set up my day. I normally work first thing in the morning, 5 in the morning before everyone gets there, and then I'm normally there through lunch. That way, if I'm on, I'm on call for them. So that that way I can work on this kind of stuff. The other stuff is your preventive maintenance. So right now I have my technician. We do the urinal drains and the sink drains in the bathrooms every single month, because we've experienced with the soap scum and lime calcium buildup that we have in our stores, that by thrifting the drains, that's just putting drain cleaner in the drains. It's just the product is called Thrift. It's been a great product for us, and it's worked well. So that way we can prevent the backflow, clogging or something like that middle of lunch, and kind of, to us it looks bad in the customer perspective. So we want to make sure that we're staying on top. So then up here, you can go to preventive maintenance, and you can add in as many as you want here. I'm still adding a lot of mine in. I have a long way to go. I'm just now recently starting getting into my preventive maintenance, because I had my service tech just join us in November, December time frame last year. So I'm putting them in. So, but now I'm not missing anything. I have my lid adjustments. So every month on the second Monday, you can set it for any time frame. You can set it for, hey, I want this to reoccur every day if I want it to. You can set that, and then you can tie it to those assets as well. So then when you're doing it and tying it to those assets, then it's going to, and you can even put parts and tasks. So like for me, I gotta remember how to. Check this in. So for our lid adjustments, then you can put in your tasks. So here I'm going to inspect my spindle. I'm going to inspect the crossarm for cracking. I'm going to check that the lid collar pin is not backing itself out. Make sure it's not broken in any way. I'm going to inspect the gasket. The gaskets are another PN. Every quarter, you're supposed to flip them, and then about once a year, we replace them. And that keeps that pressure from leaking out. And then I'm going to clean the unit, so that way the grease buildup is not building up and causing even more havoc on the asset, on the machine. And then lubrication. Lubrication gets done every 90 days. So this is in here too. I kind of do it monthly, just kind of as again, preventive maintenance. I'm already in here kind of doing everything else, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then my lid adjustment, that's I'm in there for. So you can kind of select kind of what you want to do. For me, it's just inspections. You're going to flag, so flag it, but you can change anything. You can do multiple choice or anything like that. So different stuff there. So we've done that. So assets. I talked about our assets. Again, this is nice. When I put in my asset, then I can tie. So for say like a fryer, then I can see, hey, this is up and running, or I can do non-operational. So that's tracking downtime with the machine. And then by the end of the year, then with the analytics, you can see like, hey, this machine was down 50% of the time, something's really going on. I might need to look at getting replaced. Let's talk to corporate about getting replaced. But here, this is when you go into your assets, this is all the work orders that we have tied to it. So then I can kind of see what's getting done on the different machines. So, you know, like for us, Henny 2 is a big problem for us, and Henny 3. So let's see if we can find Henny 2. So I can see that I'm having some issues here. It's not operational. It's actually operational now. So I can even go back in here. This is our old one. We actually got a new fryer. So this is an old one. So now I need to go and update it. Like I said, that data, you're getting in what you put now, or you're getting out what you put in. But you can see even just the parts, maybe parts that you get tied to that one, files, which is nice if you have any different manuals, you can upload them here. And then even you can see maybe during middle of lunch, you call a technician and you need a model number and serial number. You can see it right here. I have my model number, it's a 500. My serial number is going to be right here. So, and then you can even add in prices and all that kind of stuff. You can see location where it's at. So great overview there. Again, it's really nice tying those assets to those work orders for the purpose of contacting corporate. You can even see the pictures too on what they are. Barcodes, that's just my serial numbers. And then my other thing is parts inventory management. So I keep very, very high stock of stuff. So earlier I searched for my pump seal, and I want to see how much I have, where it's at. And this is reducing my or increasing my productivity. And so that's therefore increasing or decreasing my labor costs, but also just my R&M line too. I know if like here, okay, I need to order a new pump or gym motor because it's out of stock. I want to make sure that that's running all the time. So I need to order one. It's going to flag it for me. So that way that downtime is reduced on the machine. But here, so I typed in just pump. So I have my seal kit here. I'm going to see, hey, I have 3 on stock. The cost associated with that part. What is the part number? That's a very common question that people ask is like, hey, do you know the part number for this? Well, this is one way I'm able to go and look for it for you all is I know what it's called. And then from there, then I can just look it up and see this is what it is. And then this is the area. So I can take a call from my boss asking, hey, do you have a pump seal for, this store? I can see, oh, let me hop into my upkeep account and I'm going to look. Okay. Yeah. It looks like I got 3 on stock. It's going to be, I know, this is in the trailer specifically, where it's in box 2. And then I have it labeled as H1, kind of think it as, for us, it's just little drawers. So it's like a battleship kind of scene. So you're, going over to H and then going down to 1. So you can see exactly where it is. So even if he wanted to, my boss wanted to, he can go in and get it himself. I can tell him exactly where it's at from sitting at home or maybe the other store location, wherever I'm at. Even too, I have all my offsite stuff in here. So I know I have, this is the bowl for the Crafted lemonade machines. So I know, no, it's not. Let's see. Oh, so this is actually for one of our store machines. So see, that's what's nice with the picture. I can see now exactly what it was. I thought it was Crafted bowl. What threw it off for me was my price. I know that they're not that price. So, but I'm gonna see, it's going to be offsite storage and it's going to be on the right shelf and it's going to be on shelf 2. So I have everything labeled and then that way I can know again exactly where it's going to be at. Again, it's reducing even that overstock. So, hey, I know I don't need to order any more seal kits. I go through maybe 1 or 2 a year. So I don't need to order anymore. Whereas something like a gym motor, hey, I'm out of stock. I need to get that ordered. Right now, we just had a bad month, so I'm actually waiting to order this for my higher months. So that's the nice thing too, is I can kind of calculate, okay, hey, December, we're gonna do $1 million. Okay, let's go ahead and order this part in December then. Whereas like last month, it wasn't so good, so I need to wait to order it. I can actually even, in my work orders, I have my fry door. So that's, so like something like this, even water leak inside the wall. This is a warranty issue. So I know, hey, it's on hold. We're just gonna wait. It's supposed to be coming out. But I can do my fry fridge gasket. So when I did it, it's on hold, but then I can go and see it needs a new door. And so I put that update in, that way the store knows it needs a new door. Well, the door is $1,000. So even in my picture, it's, you're gonna see I've already replaced the gasket. It didn't work. So I had someone to come out and take a look at it and see what was going on. And it was a warped door. So I'm going to wait and order it until October 1st, as requested by the store. But the nice thing is I'm keeping this into my work order history or my work orders. So that way every single day I know, oh, I'm still waiting on the part. I'm not going to delete this out until it is finished. That way I know exactly what's going to be getting done. I can keep on top of it. Be like, oh, like, or even, so like, even take that leaky wall. I can take my leak inside the wall. It's not me personally going to work on it, but I'm going to keep it in there. That way I can stay on top of it. And then that way I know it's going to get done because I oversee it. So that's kind of the overview of really what I use it for. And again, the files that you can attach all your manuals, you can have all your manuals in one location. But that's what I use it for. So kind of hopefully that helps answer some of those questions as far as what I use Upkeep for and how it can help the store locations, reducing the labor costs and reducing R&M line, reducing the parts costs maybe that you have in your stores, but also just being more productive. I can set up my day. It might be where, hey, I have like beef tear. I'm not going to do this in the middle of lunch. It's just not going to happen. So I know I'm going to have to come in early before it gets too busy, and I'm going to start working on my booths. Or something like installing kick sparks on the walls, I can get in later in the day. I can get in really middle of lunch if I need to, depending where they want them. I already know where they want them. So that's something I can do during the day. Gutter leaking, yeah, I got to fix that. Maybe I can work on that after I'm done doing my boost, because I'm going to be out of the way of the customers. But then I need to do it, maybe do it after or do it before I do my kicks buckets. So that's kind of how I'm setting up my day, is kind of, you know, flow of the business, know the busy hours of your store. I know, I mean, I can't go do my lid adjustments in the middle of lunch. Even on a Monday, it's just normally not going to happen. We have a lot of catering orders. Um, so it's just setting up my days based off that. So hopefully that answers some questions. If y'all have any other questions, feel to reach out, and I'm more than willing to answer anything that you guys have. I appreciate it. Thank you.